Hi, and welcome back to Ammonite TV for our series of interviews with data leaders. Today we're talking to Jonny Bentwood, Global Head of Data and Analytics at Golin, one of the leading PR and communication companies in the world, with offices across the globe, including throughout Asia. So with Asia 2 months ahead of the West on the pandemic curve, today we're talking to Jonny about what Western brands can learn from data coming in from Asia and elsewhere. Don't forget to like or subscribe or to Ammonite TV on YouTube to see further videos in our data series. So welcome, Jonny. So interesting question. So what are your thoughts? And obviously, can you kick us off by giving us some background on you and Golin to give us some context?
Sure, I'm really happy to be speaking with you. So I've been working at Golin for around 3 years. I'm the Global Head of Data and Analytics. Golin are a PR company. So our clients are people like PepsiCo, Walmart's, McDonald's. In the UK, we deal with people like Mondelez and Novartis and people like Garmin. So we cover a broad range of clients and industries. My role is to make sure we're smart about the way we use data, just as much as it's great having a gut feel about the right thing and the right strategy for companies to do. I believe that we're going to be far more successful if we base those decisions based on data. And that's why I wanted to speak with you today, because the context of the world has changed. And because of this, we're trying to advise our clients what the best thing to do is. And we can learn a lot by understanding how other companies, how other countries are looking at things. And maybe fortunately, because we've got offices in Asia, we've got people who are based in Shanghai, in Singapore, in Taiwan, in Hong Kong. They are about 2 to 3 months ahead of us at times. And we have found by understanding what they have gone through and understanding what challenges they've had a few months ago, it's enabled us to understand and predict what's happening now. And that started with a point of view that the economy is going to suffer. Companies are going to suffer. And as much as we're trying to protect ourselves, sooner or later, we're going to have to start making money. Let's be very pragmatic about this. So the point is, how can companies be successful? Number one, change your data modeling technique. Don't look internally, look externally, not just at the East to understand where they're going several months ahead, a few months ahead of us, but also the supply chain, the industries and the macro concepts. Secondly, look at the planning area. Now is the time to plan. Now is not the time to panic. Now is not the time to try and push messages out there. Now is the time to try and figure out, we have got a 3-week window likely before the lockdown restrictions begin to ease off. How can I use this time well so that we can get out there at the right time and start talking? Third, when we do talk, what do we talk about? Well, with context is critical. You look at the successful companies, and those are the people who bring the context into it. They recognize that life is tough. They don't just go back to their previous messaging and say, hey, buy me. They recognize the current context and weave that into the situation. Fourth, look to the East to try and find out what kind of trends are out there. So I mentioned at the moment, bucket lists are great examples. That's a wonderful way of looking at contextual planning. That's an example where you can bring current context into it. And finally, recognize that things are going to change. We're on a cycle here. This is not going to be moving forward and we're going to be out and it's going to be back in it. This is going to be a continual cycle of being stuck indoors, being out, being stuck indoors again and out. And the worst modeling predicts it's going to be for quite some time. We're predicting already it's going to be 2 years of in and out kind of lockdowns. And that's crap, but we should model for that. So if we don't get it right this first time, don't panic, don't do the wrong thing so we've missed about and jump out there with the wrong messaging. Instead, get your context right and you'll be able to operate again shortly.